Gowan Bank, Oulton, Warwickshire. Nature Notes for 1906 by Edith E. Holden. To sit on rocks, to muse o'er flood and fell, to slowly trace the forest's shady scene where things that own not man's dominion dwell, and mortal foot hath ne'er or rarely been, to climb the trackless mountain all unseen, with the wild flock that never need a fold, alone o'er steeps and foaming falls to lean. This is not solitude, 'tis but to hold converse with nature's charms and view her stores unrolled. July the 1st. Fine but dull, with a breeze from the northwest. The Anglo-Saxons called July Moed Monad, or mead month, from the meadows being then in bloom.
I can guess what time you stopped working last night.
Winnie, thank you. Oh, what am I going to do? I've got all these pamphlets to get out. And now they want me to do a drawing for the magazine. Oh, and I'm terribly behind with my nature notes. We're already in July and I've no idea what I'm going to use for a title page.
This really is coming along beautifully. I just hope those girls of yours appreciate having such a teacher.
I'm going this way. That's the long way. I'll get there first.
July 7th. Cycle to Knoll through Widney. The hedges are a tangle of wildflowers now. There is a fine show of wild roses. Both the earlier dog roses and the later white trailing variety are in full bloom. In many places, the hedges are festooned with wreaths of black bryony and honeysuckle. The pale pink blackberry blossom and the large white masses of elder blossom are everywhere conspicuous. Climbing up the banks to meet them are tall purple foxgloves and nodding heads of grasses heavy with pollen, mingled with purple and yellow vetches and clover blossom.
There you are, Eleanor.
Digitalis purpurea.
Foxgloves.
Oh, Eleanor. It's perfect. Just what I wanted.
What is it?
I don't know. I think we'd better find out.
I'll keep him calm. You help me with this trap. Come on, boy. All right?
Now then, what do you think you're doing, young lady? This is my land.
So this is your doing, is it? This vile machine. Supposing it had caught a young child.
The child would have been a trespasser then.
I think there's a limit to what the law will allow you to do to any trespasser. Children or dogs.
Now, I recognise you, Miss Holden. You're the one pushing leaflets through my door saying it's wrong to hunt foxes and shoot pigeons.
Which it is.
Who says it is? Foxes kill chickens, it's their nature. And we hunt foxes on horseback, that's always been the way of it.
Not everything that has always been is natural.
You're on my land. Take yourselves off and don't come bothering me with all your talk.
I have never been the bothering kind, but there are some things I will fight for.
I'm not frightened of women's tongues.
How many more of these murderous things have you got lying around?
Be off with you!
Come along, Eleanor. Let's get him home.
Interfering schoolmarms.
Should be all right, poor little thing. I wonder who she belongs to.
Well, no one seems to have missed her.
She doesn't look like a stray. I suppose we should put an advertisement in the local paper. She'll only be put down if we give her to the police.
And if no one answers, we'll have to keep her. You know, handing out leaflets isn't going to stop this sort of thing. We really ought to do something more.
Come on then, Julie. Come on. Up. Come on.
Good girl. Good girl.
July the 11th. Went by train to Knowle and walked across the fields to Packwood. Haymaking was going on in most of the fields, but the grass was still uncut in the church meadows. Being low-lying and marshy, there were numbers of flowers growing among the grasses, quantities of the deep crimson heads of the great burnet, dog daisies, self-heal, yellow rattle, knapweed, spotted orchis, and yellow and purple vetches. I picked a great bunch of quaking grass.
Look, aren't they beautiful?
Lovely.
Passing through a cornfield, I noticed that nearly every stalk of wheat had the small bindweed twining closely round it. And here were quantities of corn crowfoot with its curious, prickly seed vessels.
Isn't the bindweed pretty?
Yes, but it's no good for the poor farmers.
Tiny patch. This way. This way.
By the roadside, I gathered greater trefoil, white and pink mallow, St. John's wort, rose bay willow herb. Wood germander, henbit nettle, woodruff, yellow vetchling, and small scabious. I thought ideas were going to fail me this month. It was Eleanor.
giving me the water lily that got me started again. There.
Ah, yes. My dear, this is where your real talent lies. I'm sure you should let your colleagues on the Animal's Friend run their own campaigns.
I'd no idea you were so concerned, Father.
Well, I worry a little. Evelyn and Effie have husbands to help them with their political enthusiasms. I'm not sure how I feel about you taking on the world single-handed.
So now you think sketching is safer?
Your poor father thinks he's offended you. I told him it was all nonsense and you'd probably already forgotten about it. He said you'd been doing beautiful work.
Isn't it extraordinary? All these years and he's never taken my work seriously.
Aren't you pleased?
I can't understand what you all have against my speaking at the church hall tonight.
But Edith, it's so unlike you to begin behaving like this. The school parents won't like it. A lot of them enjoy a pigeon pie themselves. Of course, there's absolutely no question that I'm on your side, Edith. I hate blood sports. But standing up on a public platform and talking to all those people, aren't you nervous?
Winnie dear, could you please help me with this? I shall just have to think of the whole occasion as some particularly large class at school, that's all it is. Animals kill. Of course. I spend a great deal of my time in the countryside observing nature's way. But man has a soul. And that gives us all a different responsibility. Directly to God, I mean. How many of you know how these vile things work? Imagine those teeth biting into any creature, a dog. Or perhaps one day it will be a human child. But what has all this to do with hunting, I hear you ask? Why? Does it make it any better if you dress yourself up in finery before you chase some poor bushy-tailed creature to its death? I implore you to imagine what you are doing. Don't we all find cockfighting barbaric now? Don't we all hate the murder of bulls for show that goes on in less compassionate countries? Well, our red-coated hunts are no better. That's all I want to say.
That's all you'll need to say.
Then there'll be questions from the floor.
You'll have them eating out of your hand.
Oh, well, yes, what a stir you've started, my girl.
You're back!
Father, you'd have been amazed. Just as I said, she had them eating out of her hand.
Oh, God, splendid! Tell us all about it. Look who's here. You must be parched, both of you.
It's extraordinary, you becoming political. Oh, not in the ordinary sense, Evelyn. Animals don't have votes. Nor do women yet, dear. I just want you to know that Frank and I are so proud of you.
Of course.
Well, I'm not yet sure it's me, really. I think I'll just take this on.
Who knows? You may turn to other causes now the wish for reform is kindled.
I'm not going to do very much, Frank. I can't be like you any more than you can be like me. We must all go our own ways, as Mother used to say.
Winnie?
Thank you, Father.
What's worrying her, Winnie?
It's Kenneth, of course. I should think that that was obvious.
We had another of his odd postcards this morning. I'm afraid he must still be very low.
I'm not denying he needed a rest. Bernard knew that. But there was no need for him to go to extremes. Well, I just hope Bernard isn't changing everything Kenneth believes in.
We do all care for Kenneth, you know.
Of course. I know that. Thank you.
And I'm sure Bernard won't go against his father's principles.
No. And there is some good news. We're having Evelyn to stay with us again.
Well, I go to Wales climbing.
So you'll be able to go out on walks together as you used to. Now, you two, tell us about the meeting.
What's that?
A letter. For you.
Why the mystery? Let me see.
It's from that good-looking young man, isn't it?
Ernest is just a friend.
And so, if you will permit me, I should like to call on you at your home on my return in the second week of August, and hope you will be at home and willing to see me. I shall never forget our friendly walks.
Friendly walks. Oh, Winnie, I wish I'd not arranged my trip to Scotland. It's so unfortunate. I shall be away the very week Ernest planned to call.
That's no problem, Edith. Why not put your holiday off for a week?
Friendly walks. No, dear, all he intends is a simple social call, don't you see? He'd be amazed to hear I changed my plans for that.
And why would he hear?
Well, I should feel a perfect fool. What can I possibly expect? Another grey hair.
You'll soon tweak that out.
It's just one of many. And what it reveals is true enough.
Well, we're both getting on. That's the truth of it.
Are you both ready?
Oh, no, not quite.
Oh, this looks good.
We're almost there. This is the place. Through the field? Yes. We leave our bikes here. Come on, Jeannie. That's it. Can't have you wandering off on your own.
You know what happened last time?
I'd forgotten just how beautiful it is this time of year. Edie, must you go to Scotland?
You know, I love Scotland. Why should I change my plans?
Now, don't be cross. There's a good girl. Winnie tells me that charming young sculptor's coming over to see you.
Oh, Winnie, once she gets an idea in her head.
Come on, Jeannie.
July the 21st. Cycled to Baddesley and walked from there to Balsall Temple. I knew the wild Canterbury bell, creeping campanula, used to grow by the streams there years ago, and I was anxious to find it again.
This is the place. You can't possibly walk through there.
It's easy if you're bold. The tall spikes of purple bells were very conspicuous, growing in a deep ditch among masses of meadowsweet and nettles, into the midst of which I valiantly plunged, though the nettles met over my head and didn't fail to remind me of their presence.
I told you, she won't hear of putting the holiday off. She is obstinate.
Or frightened. We shouldn't push.
I crossed the meadows to the bank of the little river, where the purple loosestrife, or long purples, was just coming into flower. There, too, I found some of the blue meadow crane's bill. All along the stream were great quantities of water figwort and the pretty little unbranched burr reed with its balls of pale gold. The large water forget-me-not was rampant everywhere.
And so, if you will permit me, I should like to call on you at your home on my return in the second week of August, and hope you will be at home and willing to see me. I shall never forget our friendly walks.
There you are. Come where you've got to.
In one place, the bed of the stream was covered with yellow water lilies. I captured 2 of the blossoms and one of the broad, shining leaves that were growing near the bank. I saw a beautiful kingfisher skim across the water. This is a beautiful bit of country, low-lying meadows with sedgy streams meandering through them, lined with beds of waterflowers and rushes. Along a lane just above Bolsall, I came suddenly upon a great flock of meadow-brown butterflies. I had seen numbers of them all along the way, but here the air was thick with them, flying hither and thither. One side of the lane was bordered by a broad patch of meadow grass and a steep bank covered with henbit nettle and knapweed and topped by a hedge of privet in full bloom. It may have been the strong scent of the privet which attracted the butterflies to the spot. Dear Mr. Smith, this is to let you know that I shall be away from home throughout August, so unfortunately we cannot meet. But I hope this finds you well. Yours sincerely, Edith B. Holden.
Come on, Julie.
Miss Holden, isn't it? How wonderful. Do you know your speech the other night stirred up the whole neighbourhood?
Oh, were people angry then?
Angry with the hunters? Yes, as we should be. You can have my subscription here and now if that's what you're collecting for.
Thank you very much. I'm very grateful. You've given me new heart. Thank you.
The cushats cry for me, the lovely laughter of the wind-swayed wheat, the easy slope of yonder pastoral hill. The sedgy brook whereby the red kine meet and wade and drink their fill. Then the green rushes, oh so glossy green. The rushes they would whisper, rustle, shake. And forth on floating gauze, no jewelled queen so rich, the green-eyed dragonflies would break and hover on the flowers, aerial things with little rainbows flickering on their wings.
Just to say goodnight. You're looking very pretty tonight.
Thank you.
Good night.
Night.
July the 31st. Close and sultry. This month bears the highest record for heat of any this summer.